Okay. So, welcome to this random stream. So, I'm going to try to install Debian Stretch 32 bits, and then I will try to install rescapp on it in order to test our rescapp distro. Okay, so we're going to install as fast as we can this wait a moment. Yeah, we're going to install this in Spanish so that we match our tester setup, and then we will see if everything it's working okay. So this is what we're going to test. So essentially what we want to do is to install. Okay, so we want to install what's that? Okay, yeah, the HTTP. So this is rescapp. Yeah, doesn't matter. So rescapp. What's the repo? So let's suppose we want a user, which is going to be rescatex. Wait a moment. Okay. So this is the rescatex package repository, which is this rescatex repo. And we're going to use the Debian Stretch instructions. So okay, we're going to make a partition, or maybe we're going to just use the default. Yeah, so use, okay, let's see how it's by default. So use all the disk, every partition in the same place, and yeah. Okay, I will be removing this, so I don't care. Hopefully the partition where I install this matches the one where the virtual hard disk has been installed, so that this works. So yeah. So finally I mean, we're going to put this on our distro, and yeah. So we need Debian Stretch 9 with i386 architecture so that this repo works, because there's no one AMD64 like the Channel 1 package is built for, but only the i366 one. So we're going to install the smallest one so that we can check if even using the smallest one this is going to install great. Okay, so this takes a bit to install the basic system. It takes a bit, so we will just take a look at the rescapp repo. Where's this? Here there is. Not repo, the GitHub repo, which is issue, which I have with the Pinoid OS guy, which is trying to to make this work, and he hasn't managed to make it work so far. So I want to know if there is a bug or not in the repo or in the package. So there's a link so that he can check the video. If he's lucky, he will see me live because I'm streaming this. So okay, so yeah, Debian Stretch from scratch. So what he's trying to do is to install rescapp, and he has many problems. So where the hell was the he linked so yeah, wait a moment. So here, okay, well, okay, so let's now I want, yeah, from Spain. So this is the dependencies file which he sent me, and yeah, so basically it seems that these dependencies were not satisfied, but these are probably what's the name? These are probably WYSI dependencies and not stretch dependencies. So it's very strange that he has so many problems to install rescapp. He says that he has installed, that it's a clean installation with the DVD of Debian, and he says it's a stretch installation. So, and he sent me the what's the name, the LSB release output, and yes, this is a stretch installation. So we're going to see if there is a bug on the packages. If I have uploaded some packages as if there were stretch ones, while there weren't stretch ones but WYSI ones. Okay, so yeah, hopefully this doesn't take so much. Hopefully I don't run out of space, because I have, my hard disk is quite full actually. So yeah, so I'm just hoping that it doesn't run out of space, my hard disk. So let's see which is the partition which is taking the space, which I'm not sure. So I don't want to participate on the poll, and so far, so as I do not want to test so the graphical stuff, I'm just only going to install an SSH server just in case, and the system utility, the system standard utilities. So that's what I'm going to do, because I want to install the package. I do not want to run it. You know what I mean? I do not want to run it. So yeah, but we will try to run it just in case it complains about some packages or not. Okay, I'm using the partition which I don't like, so hopefully it doesn't take too much space. I should have not put RAM a swap partition, now that I think of, but hopefully this is not going to take too much space, and this is going to be installed right. So yeah, so not sure. So this is a Debian Stretch installation, but this video is not meant for you to learn how to install a Debian Stretch. It's just that I need a minimal installation, so I used this ISO, which is here. So it's Debian 9.4 i366 netinst.iso file, which is the smallest one. So far we have installed many packages, so hopefully it will end soon. Yeah, hopefully it does not run out of memory because of space from my hard disk, because it says 1.5 gigas, so I'm not sure if we are not going to run out of space. Hopefully it is not the case. So maybe it was a good decision not to install LXDE in order to see if rescapp it was going to boot or not, to work or not. So come on, baby. So now it's going to install group, which we are going to install in the default place. Okay. Do you want to install? Yeah. And yeah, I want to install into this one. So as you can see, in only 10 minutes, if you have a good internet connection, you can install Debian Stretch, and in less than 3 gigas if you use the dynamic hard disk from what's the name? And I have just realized that there's the sudo. Okay, so now this is going to reboot, hopefully into the hard disk. I'm not sure if by default it boots into the hard disk. So yeah, just press enter so that it boots into Debian as soon as possible. So it's doing its FSCK, and so we're going to prepare what we want to write, because I'm not going to copy and paste. I'm going to just write this. So okay, so I'm here, I'm going into root, and now I'm going to create this sources list.d rescattax.list, and I'm going to write this thing about my repo, which is this one, stretch-deb main, and I save, I exit, and as this instruction says, you should do apt get update. Okay, very well. And apt get rescapp, and yes, and if you want to install these packages without authentication, you say yes. And now this is where Pinoit had a lot of problems, because he had dependencies problems. And as you can see, there is no dependencies problem at all. So we're going to wait till the installation finishes. Hopefully I don't run out of space while it happens. And yeah, so it works. I will try to run rescapp to see if there is any problem, but I do not think so. So I'm very bored because I thought that there was a problem and that I will be entertained. I will be happy trying to fix my package, but so far I do not find any problem. So let's see what Pinoid OS has to say once he sees this video, because this is working as expected. Okay, so Lilo, we just press enter, whatever, because rescapp asks a lot of things to be installed. And this is working flawlessly, unless I run out of space, but so far I'm not running out of space. So finally I will try to run it, which it will fail, I guess, because there's no graphical environment, but I don't care. But we will see if there is any dependency which might have a problem. And I will try to install LXDE task. Let's see. So there's one gigabyte. Maybe yeah. It's taking too long. Okay. Come on, baby. You can install it. Come on. Go ahead. Install Firefox. You can install Firefox with the power of your code. Go Stretch. Well, let's check what the hell is Stretch, because these Debian guys like to use the what's the magic, which the Stretch, which is the Disney stuff. Okay, so a Stretch. Okay, so a Stretch, and we see yeah. So what is Stretch? I do not remember these guys. Where do they come from? Wait a moment. Toy Story. Okay, so the Stretch, Toy Story. Let's see what the hell is Stretch. So a Stretch seems to be an octopus. So this is a fun fact. Okay. Debian 9 octopus. Okay. So apparently Debian, yes, it was Debian 8. Debian Stretch was Debian 9, and Debian 10 is going to be Buster, which is a nice dog from the Toy Story movie. And this could have better here it is. This could have a better resolution, so here it is. So hopefully, oh my god, 600 megabytes. So I'm not sure I'm going to be able to install the graphical environment, but the package so far it's installing flawlessly as I expected it would install too. So as it says, this is the Debian 9 Stretch repo. Okay, so .500 megabytes in my hard disk. So hopefully it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, so it has finished. So we're going to try to run rescapp as is and see what happens. If there's any library which should function or not. So there's a problem about connecting to the display. So here we could try to search for LXD task. Let me see if there's anything. So there's this task. Here it is. So we can try to install task LXDE desktop. So let's see how much will it take to install. So you need 1 gigabyte and only have 500 gigabytes, but so far it uses 1.5, so maybe I could clean this. So this is not going to be enough, so let me try 1 second. Do not look at my files. So let me see if I can get rid of some of my stuff so that I can install the what's the name? Yeah, I can install something. Run here. So this the approach. Yeah, maybe I could wait a second. 1 second, let me check. I have plenty of stuff, but it's empty, so I do not understand what the hell is the Let me check if there's something easy that I can delete around here. So it's quite difficult to remove whatever you don't want to remove, actually. So maybe I'm not going to remove. So as you can see, the package installed, so we only need to install and what's the name, LXDE task LXDE desktop, which I'm not sure which is if it's going to fit into all of the space that I have here, because I only have 500 megas, and yeah, so this is going to fill my space so fast that I think it's going, the virtual machine, it's going to have a problem and it's going to fail because it won't have enough space. But if I were to have enough space, I sure will have installed the LXDE stuff, you know what I mean? So this is probably going to fail here or another place. So yeah. It's nice to see that it takes too long to happen, but this is 200 megas, so this is going to fail sooner or later. Now what could I delete? I'm not sure. Then everything it's going to fail miserably because I won't have wait a second, here it is. So I could move this to another place. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, but where? Okay, let me see if I can make some space, which I'm not sure, and I'm not sure either if it's going to be enough space, if this is working, because I'm not sure if this is working, because yeah. Yeah, so 100 megabytes free space. So I'm quite amazed that it continues to work and it hasn't taken all of the space. So 133 megabytes, and it continues to install. So now it needs to unpack all the installed packages. So it's going to fail no matter what, but in the meantime I'm trying to move some files, so I guess that this might work somehow. So yeah. $89 megabytes, 86 megabytes. I think I'm going to pause. Wait a moment, isn't there a pause? Here it is. Let's post matching when there are, maybe not. Oh yeah. Okay, so let's pause it, and this will hopefully, yeah. So I have managed to get 2 chickens. So yeah, so now I have some space, some extra free space. So we're going to be lucky, I guess. So we are going to be able to see how rescapp works into a new stretch installation, even in graphical mode. So hopefully this 1 gig is enough with the free space that I have, which is yeah, which is some space, and we will see how it works, how rescapp works. So I thought I was online, but I was not, because the simple screen recorder program went nuts and I lost it. So I'm currently installing this with only 300 megabytes free, which they are not being used. So this is a nice thing. And so I was bored and I checked these guys, and yeah, and then I thought I could go into rescapp issues, because there's many things to do. So this rescapp issues should be ported into rescapp ones. So there's the one which making a graphical method to mount drive. So I will probably take the Button Magic program, or take a look on how they have done it, because I don't like their license. Then there's this thing about change Linux password doesn't work, which only doesn't work with some old system, some Ubuntu old systems, so I don't care too much. There's this thing about going back several times, which I don't think it's needed anymore, because we only go once into an option, but I'm not sure actually. Detect Windows partition properly using the stuff from OS detector. So not detected, we rename it as Windows Data Other. I think this one is closed already. Show progress when scanning partition hard disk. I think it's already fixed. So all the options should info the user they have ended. I think this one is not fixed yet. So yeah, so warn about BIOS boot when fixing UEFI system. I think this is already done. So this is the one about Ubuntu. Yeah, so show progress, rebuild as Linux permission labels. This one is easy to do, but I have not implemented it. So rescue the PKG and apt installations. Yeah, so this is an APKG reconfigure -A and then apt-get install -Y. Change FreeBSD password. Add merge it to Windows register. This one I like a lot, but the program is not taking lines with multi-lines, so I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. Recreate passwd file. Yeah. Recommended repair support for FA fix. I think this one is already fixed. So yeah, so this is some issues that I should fix, and there are more, and they should probably move to rescapp. But first of all, I need to finish my rescapp 0.15 51 beta 3 in order to work. So doors, fix host and host name, boot supergroup to this from Windows boot system. Yeah, this could be an enhancement. I'm not sure I'm going to do it. FSCK alternative super block. There's something about this. To be able to update rescapp without downloading new rescapp. This is good idea, but maybe it's difficult to implement, so I don't know. So add non-free, yeah. So maybe having a non-free version of rescapp with the non-free Debian stuff, so that some stuff works, and documentation and so on. So yeah. So this is still installing with 300 megabytes. Okay, so finally this has worked. So I guess, let me see if I can go here. I cannot, so what I'm supposed to install so that I have an XOR. So maybe GDM. Okay, let's see. GDM3 maybe. I'm not sure. Oh my god, 300 megabytes. I'm going to run out of memory. Quite amazed because I don't know where this is putting all of the space. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong partition. And the partition, yeah, I think I was looking at the wrong partition. Yeah. So hopefully with GDM I can log in into LXDE, and yeah, and that's it. So maybe I could have installed LightDM maybe instead of GDM3, but now the install is being done. So yeah. Okay, can you please go fast? So let's see if there's someone around here. No, there's no one seeing this. There's no one watching this video. That's so sad. So let's take a look at Pinoit, if he has done something in something public from his stuff. Okay, so he has no repos, and he only has our issue. Here there is. Okay. GDM3 should not have so many dependencies. What the hell? But as GDM3 network manager? What? X server sphere. I guess that GDM3 tries to so you can okay, yeah. So GDM3, wait a second. I did not need a GDM3 because LightDM was there. Oh my god. Apache? Wait. Why are you just installing so many stuff? Evolution? Why GDM3 is taking so many stuff from Genome? This has no sense, unless yeah, you want the Orca and stuff, so that yeah, I'm not quite sure if this is telepathy. I'm not quite sure this is right. I mean, GDM3 should not have installed so many stuff. So genome backgrounds, yeah, I can understand. You've got the genome backgrounds to work, but so many things, it's quite strange actually. So yeah. So Genome Control Center. That's interesting. Can you please stop installing packages and give me GDM3 and we are fine? Reach all. Okay, so setting up. Hopefully it ends soon and this works as expected, because this is installing too many packages, and I just wanted LightDM and I'm installing here. Okay, so network manager, which I don't know. Yeah, I want network manager in GDM3, but even there. Okay, so LightDM. So it seems that LightDM should be installed. So if I do LightDM restart, I should have somewhere a login which I can use into LXDE. Okay, so resolution has changed. Hopefully we can see something. So we've seen, okay, so is this is quite big. Okay, so rescapp. Okay, so this is going to open LXDE, so I guess that because it's the only DE that I have, so I don't want to enable this. So I have LXDE. So now, oh my god, this is working. So now I can go here and other rescapp. And rescapp appears here. So it's a rescapp which is supposed to be with 0.52, so I can go and easy new Linux fix, and this should work as expected. So this is quite interesting because it should ask for sudo permissions, but it is not asking for anything. So that's why maybe it hasn't. Haven't. I'm not sure if this is doing anything. Let me check the logs, which are somewhere. Wait a second. Where do I write the logs right now? .rescapp. Yeah. So group easy. Yeah. So this is failing, but this is expected because you are expected to run rescapp. You write it in the documentation. You're expected to run rescapp with this actually. So maybe that's one thing that needs to be improved. You know what I mean? So sudo rescapp. So this asks for the password, and if you write a correct password, wait a second. If you write a correct password, then you've got Wait a second. If you've got the rescapp, and now this should work. But it's just a matter of making sure that you run with cheeky sudo stuff. So maybe there's something that that needs to be improved, but it works. So file system is going to not to work because we are working in the same installation. This is why this works from LCD point. From LCD. So so installing group, I guess it's going to work right. One of them went wrong. So as you can see, rescapp, if you choose to read properly the instructions on the repo, which are here, so we're going to open them in big. So you've got the repo, you've got what you have to put in the Debian Stretch sketch, which is just create a file or just use this file and then add this line, then apt-get update, apt-get install, and then if there's a warning you say yes. Okay, so it's not as difficult as it might seem. It works the first time, but you don't have to use this line if you are using a stretch, because it says Jesse is obvious, which is this is Jesse, so this is for Jesse. And if you want to use a stretch, you have to use this one, a stretch 1366. Okay, so let's end this stream. So thank you very much.